In today's video, I'll be proposing the first part of my Texas Triangle high-speed rail network plan. The network made up of multiple high-speed rail lines connecting the cities in the Texas Triangle area. The Texas Triangle is a triangular-shaped urban area formed by 5 of Texas's largest cities: Austin, Dallas, Fort Worth, Houston, and San Antonio. For today's video, we'll be looking at the section between San Antonio and Dallas. We'll be primarily utilizing the Union Pacific Railroad tracks or right-of-ways, with improvements and realignment when necessary. Starting at San Antonio, the existing station consists of a station house, one island platform, and one side platform. The Aerodrome Stadium is located just south of the station. However, the station is also surrounded by large parking lots, which in my opinion is bad land use. The new high-speed rail station will be built on a viaduct across from the existing station in what is now Lot C. The reason I choose for it to be elevated is for it to avoid sharing tracks with freight traffic. The massive parking lot space around the station and the stadium could be better used as mixed-use development with a transit center next to the high-speed rail station for local transit. I propose for the San Antonio station to consist of 3 island platforms. Leaving San Antonio Station, we head north along the newly built viaduct located above or next to the existing tracks. At a junction of Interstate 35 and Interstate 37, there are 2 alignments to consider. The first one is to continue on the existing right-of-way on a viaduct before turning north onto the Austin subdivision right-of-way. An alternate plan is for the high-speed rail line to continue onto the median of Interstate 35, which will eventually also turn onto the Austin subdivision. After the 2 alternate routes merge, it will either run on the existing tracks of the Austin subdivision or dedicate tracks above the existing tracks. From here, the line is relatively straight with a few curves, so it should be able to maintain a speed of 190 to 220 miles per hour. After considering the Interstate 35 as an alternative route, I decided to keep the line running on the existing route. This is because I found that an alternative route along Interstate 35 may not make the line a lot straighter, and thus will make a huge difference in terms of travel time. The high-speed rail will be making an intermediate stop at New Braunfels, a city with a population of 100,000. The station will have 4 tracks and 2 side platforms. The middle track will allow trains to pass by. Leaving New Braunfels, we will experience some curves before we are on a straight alignment to San Marcos. From here, the high-speed rail line will lower down from the viaduct and run on the existing tracks. The existing line will be making a few big curves in the San Marcos area. As an alternative, I propose a straighter alignment along Interstate 35 with a new San Marcos station and an intersection with South Guadalupe Street. Another option is for the alternative route to be a bypass without a new station. This will allow express trains to speed through the area without slowing down. For any of these options, I propose for the San Marcos station to have 4 tracks and 2 side platforms. The existing and alternative routes will merge back together north from San Marcos station, where there is another stretch of straight alignment. As we pull into the Austin metro area, we'll start experiencing some huge curves. I decided not to build any alternative route since trains will be slowing down here for Austin anyway. After crossing the Colorado River, we will make a curve to the west, pulling into Austin Station. The station will be rebuilt on a viaduct with 3 island platforms. Heading out of Austin, we'll be following the existing Austin Division right-of-way. For a long stretch, we'll be running in the median or on the side of the Texas 1 loop. We'll split away from the Texas 1 near North Austin before we turn east and run along US Route 79. The section from Austin to here should be 220 miles per hour with only a few speed limits. As we approach Taylor, our high-speed rail line will stay next to the US Route 79 while the current route diverges. We will merge back with the current route before we arrive at Taylor Station. Taylor Station will be elevated with 2 side platforms and 4 tracks. Leaving Taylor Station, our high-speed rail line will be turning north onto Union Pacific's Waco subdivision to accommodate high speed. A few segments will be rebuilt on a straighter alignment. This section will be capable for a speed between 190 to 220 miles per hour. Shortly, we'll be approaching Temple Station, which will be rebuilt on a viaduct with 2 side platforms and 4 tracks. Continuing out of Temple Station, we'll be using Union Pacific's Fort Worth subdivision. As we cross over the Texas 363 loop, we'll be diverging from the Fort Worth subdivision and rejoining the Waco subdivision via a newly built viaduct. This section of the Fort Worth subdivision consists of multiple continuous curves, which will be rebuilt to accommodate a speed between 190 and 220 miles per hour. We will soon be arriving in Waco, a city with a population of 140,000. The Waco High-Speed Rail Station will be located at South New Road, on the west end of the Beverly Hills neighborhood. There is a huge amount of open land here, which has the potential for mixed-use development. The Waco station will have 2 side platforms and 4 tracks. After Waco, our high-speed rail line will continue on the Fort Worth subdivision. This section of the existing route is relatively straight, though there are a few curves that need to be rebuilt. With these changes, trains should be able to maintain 220 miles per hour for majority of the time. As we approach Fort Worth, density around the right-of-way will make a rebuild costly, so we'll be using the existing route and slowing down to 150 miles per hour. Shortly, we'll be arriving at Fort Worth Central Station. The station will be rebuilt on a viaduct with 5 island platforms. The new station will be shared with the existing Amtrak, TexRail, and TRE services. The land between the station site and Interstate Highway 35 will be utilized for mixed-use development. Now, onto our final section between Fort Worth and Dallas. We'll be sharing tracks with the Trinity Railway Express. An intermediate stop for high-speed rail will be made at the TRE's Centerport, DFW Airport Station, for a convenient airport connection. High-speed rail will share the existing platform at the station. Shortly after the airport, we will be arriving in Irving, a city of 196,000 people. A new station will be built on the existing side and then north of the existing side with 2 side platforms. Leaving Irving, we will make our way towards Dallas. At Dallas, we'll be using the Dallas Union Station. A new island platform will be added west of the existing station. The TRE is pretty straight all the way, except for a few minor curves. It should be able to accommodate a speed between 190 and 220 miles per hour. In total, the section between San Antonio and Dallas will be 309.1 miles. If using the alternative route between San Antonio and Austin, the total length will be 308.7 miles. High-speed rail trains will be making stops at San Antonio, New Braunfels, San Marcos, Austin, Taylor, Temple, Waco, Fort Worth, DFW Airport, Irving, and Dallas. Finally, let us do some time estimates. Our high-speed rail train will be reaching a top speed of 220 miles per hour. However, there are sections through the line that will be limited below this speed. We also have to account for the time needed for making stops. After all these factors, we have an estimated average speed of 120 miles per hour without the alternative route and 115 miles per hour with the alternative route. The estimated travel time for trains making all stops will be 2 hours and 34 minutes without the alternative route or 2 hours with the alternative route. I propose a frequency of every 30 minutes during the day. To further improve travel time, I propose an express service, which will only be stopping at Austin and Fort Worth in between. The express service will have a higher estimated average speed of 140 miles per hour without the alternative route and 170 miles per hour with the alternative route. The estimated travel time for the express will be 2 hours and 12 minutes without alternate route, or 1 hour and 48 minutes with alternate route. I propose for the express train to run every 30 minutes during the day. The local and express service will have a combined frequency of 15 minutes during the day. In the upcoming video, I will finish the remaining section of the Texas Triangle High-Speed Rail Loop from Dallas to Houston and back to San Antonio. I will also be proposing other high-speed rail routes both inside and outside the loop. I also propose the high-speed rail between New York and Boston. You can check it out in this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you over in that video.